key takeaway for me was that rigor of doing research by yourself, studying the field inside out, making that transition from theory to practice, and then enabling others to make it much more sort of faster and in a much more guided kind of manner. So could you tell us a little bit about how you made that theory to practice transition? And because a lot of, I'm guessing, audience here is also with a really strong theoretical background, any inputs that you would want to share with them?
So as long as I was doing it one-on-one, it was pretty much the same. No? Yeah. As long as we were doing it, I was working with families one-on-one. It was like as usual. But once the idea came that this had to go mainstream, the messaging had to go mainstream, and we had to really think hard about how do you bring it mainstream. And our biggest competitor is a lot of influencers on social media. So how do you compete with that? So we realized that we needed to shoot something with a format to it, explain it, and obviously every ASD child is different. And we also have to explain what other, we gave a couple of lectures to attach to say what else could be possible other than what you're seeing in the video, what else could be possible. So we have tried to include that as well. But if I can just talk a little bit about how to use technology, like many of you may be getting ideas about making something in tech and making a difference, right? Because you all have something that interests you in this field. So some of the suggestions which was given to me, I did do a course in entrepreneurship to figure out what I should do right, how I should do, what are the steps. And one of the main benefits I got is the market research. I spent a good couple of months to figure out who is doing what in the industry. You have to be sure you're not replicating something that somebody is already doing. And you have to do that research. And from that understanding, I had a couple of apps which were close enough. And then I even spoke to them to figure out what their journey was. And then I made my journey. I defined, we call in entrepreneurship term, the term avatar. Who would be the end user? You have to define it very clearly. Who will be your end user? How will they use it? How will they benefit from it? Once you're clear about it, then you go about building something in tech for that, okay? It cannot be that you build something and you force it on the individual and say you use it. That usually doesn't work. You have to really do your research well. And innovation is very important, and I want to push innovation very hard into special needs, because there is a lot of money coming into innovation in special needs now. We need to channelize it correctly and bring it to the people who will actually take it to the last mile. It cannot be just until the product is made. Because if you see, to make a product, it takes, say, 30% effort. It's a 70% effort in taking it to market. And you need to understand it and have the resources for it. And we are teaching something from 2022 till mid-2024. We were focusing on parents, and then we analyzed data, like you do in Goalkeep yourself, that a lot of professionals also were coming in. And then we went back and spoke to them. What is it that you are looking in the app? They said, we do not know this. And then said, okay, let us put up something which is focused more on professionals. And then there was an input coming very strong to us that this should be in Hindi. It cannot be in English. And we took it seriously. And I should thank a person called Gurdeep. She's an army officer's wife who did it pro bono for us. She worked with us for a good 8 months, day in and day out. And she did the Hindi version, because I'm not good in Hindi. So we got somebody, we trained her what we are doing and the emotion that has to come into the language when you deliver. And we got it done in Hindi. So then we realized that we don't want to go for a native app. A native app is something that is built for a specific purpose and code is written only for that. And doing that is very expensive, so you don't do that. You either go for a web app or something a little more hybrid in nature. So we realized when we pilot, let's go and pilot it with something like an LMS which is already existing. Take an instance and pilot it. So you have to be very conscious of the cost because the cost of tech is quite high. Okay, they will get you in very quickly, but to stay there, it costs a lot. If I can give you a breakdown, I don't know, many may be familiar. Google app charges 10%. Apple charges 30% of the same. Unless you can prove that you're a small business and there's a lot of documentation for it. And then comes GST on it. And then comes your the card payment in it. So there are a lot of people who are going to bite into your money when you buy something in tech. These things have to be considered in your research when you build a product for tech. So this is something I would like to put it out there because I know a lot of people are already thinking and you have great ideas, but I want you to consider this journey that I've taken and learn some things from it so that when you build, you are empowered with the knowledge that you require to build something for the special needs community.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so thank you.